Welcome, everybody, to the South Park Phone Story Weekly Update for week number 34. My name's Glanzer, and I'm your host for the best motherfucking update out there. We're going to be looking at last week's games, next week's deck, this week's update, which is very important. We got some balance changes that we've all been waiting for. But in the interest of time, because I know for a fact there's at least 6 pages of forum people to yell at, we're going to jump right into the games. And we're not going to wait at all. We're going to jump into the Adventure Lock. Taking on Hue Pedro. Hue. Let's see what happens. Now, the Adventure Lock does have some leveled cards this week. Not a whole lot of leveled cards. You can see base level Coop, base level Inuit, which is unfortunate. Why didn't we upgrade Inuit more? That was a mistake. At least level 3. At least level 3. But we get those pigeons out there. Oh, nice. AoE. Oh, the Arrow Storm negates the pigeons, and the Jimbo does kill the Inuit. That's just too bad. Let's see what our Inuit does. Level 2. What's he got? Pigeons for me? Nothing. Is he just going to let us? What's happening? What is this guy doing? Oh, that's a mistake. Huge hits. Oh, he just stopped playing. What happened? Pedro's from Brazil. Hue. That's really funny. I know what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, Mordekaiser. I get that fucking joke. I understand that reference. Wait. Fucking classic. I'm an OG LOL player, bro. I stopped like season 3 though. Grand Wizard Cartman level 1. I don't think I play him. We'll see. Can't remember. Timmy though, not bad. The base level Bebe he must have disconnected or something. I don't know. Did he just like get afraid? Oh, see, that hit didn't hit, so he must have. See, my hits aren't landing now. So now I'm just like, what the fuck's going on here? Honestly, I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast right here. It was with Eleanor Kerrigan. It was a great fucking podcast. Those two had a great conversation. Very entertaining. She was a door lady at the Comedy Store and then became a comedian. Pretty cool. Pretty cool story. Anyway, God of Destruction 1R3. What? Is this what the fuck does that mean? God of Destruction. Is this guy's like 158th account or something like that? He started to have to use letters. I was like, hey, kill that bitch. But I was like, nah, I'm not worried. I ain't scared. I could have waited and killed that one cock, but like, whatever. We put our Bebe out. She gets a couple stacks. Then she can start actually killing the level 3s. All right. Bebe getting stacked. It's not great, but it's not bad. We just want to kill that Jimbo real quick. Distract this. Oh, this is good. This is good. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Levels are about even right now. We have a bit of an advantage on those Terrence and Phillip level 6, though. Oh, I got to move this so that I can actually see you guys talk. Favela internet. Now we're just slow playing it, letting him deal with whatever pigeons come his way. Would have been nice to get rid of that one, but level 4s, I think New Kid should 2-shot. Yeah, level 6s, it takes like 4 shots. If you have like 3 pigeons coming at you, you gotta play something because the pigeons can do a lot of damage. All right, transmog them. Mog him. All right, nicely played. Laugh it off. Muck it up. He doesn't kill the cocks in one shot. That's brutal. That guy needed to upgrade his Timmy, man. Now, this is trouble, but the Bebe is hitting the shielded one, but unfortunately, they're only level 2. If they would have been level 5, they would have eaten that Bebe up, and it would have been pretty good. But now we just got to try to play to kill the Bebe, honestly, and this Bebe is getting stacked the fuck up. Behind the Jimbo even. Oh, this is trouble. What are we going to do? How are we going to deal with this with basically base level cards? Our one big card, Garrison, gets taken down with the transmog. The one removal in the deck, Grand Wizard level 1, isn't going to help us. We got to save the Timmy for the Bebe. That looks like the plan here. Oh, and the pigeons come out. Oh, the Timmy on the oh, beautiful. Saving that Timmy for a rainy day helped us out. Although wait, hold on. Back up. Did those rats die or not? Did those rats die? Most people would have used it on the Jimbo there, but I needed it on him. I guess they didn't die. So we're just lagging weird right there, I guess. Because the Terrence and Phillip, watch the Terrence and Phillip down here too. These two did not react very well. Like, what was that? That was a weird little hitch there. But we had him hit exactly where we needed to. And he might take a bar, but I think we should take double with our Terrence and Phillip. So let's go. Play a card, Dumbo. Play a card, dummy. You had 6 fucking energy. You had 6 fucking energy. And you didn't play a card to stop the... I hope this isn't like your 50th account. What are you doing? What are you doing? He must not watch the stream. All right. So a good play in this situation, if you want to prevent the Timmy from getting a good shot on your Timmy, you let them come close, and then right when he plays his Timmy, you play chicken coop, like right around here, and or like I guess a little further back maybe if you wanted to, and then the coop will immediately spawn one cock, which will get far enough away where the Timmy AoE won't hit chicken coop, and then your Timmy can freely hit their Timmy or whatever they put out to defend it. But it works pretty well. It's better than just like playing, you know, Garrison or something like that. See, that's kind of like what he did there, except it's not as guaranteed because I could play something in front there and like counter it kind of. But yeah, Coop is definitely good to try to minimize what he's going to get. And I ended up still attacking that cock, although I really thought Timmy would be closer. But we're able to just push through with the swordsman, which is great. Luckily, he didn't remove the swordsman. Oh, and I could have gotten him with... I could have gotten all those pigeons, but swordsman didn't turn around. Instead, he just walked straight. But I guess he can't target the pigeons, so that makes sense. He's got the frontier, so we got to be careful. I was trying to play it there where the Bebe was going to already be attacking the Phillip, but I played just a little bit early. Ended up working out because the Bebe was a lower level, so we were able to overwhelm her. You see here, this level 6 takes like 4 shots, and even one of them gets 1 hit off. So if you have 2 of them still alive, you could get 2-3 hits off and take a bar real quick. Oh, that would have been a great fucking Bradley. I would have killed the rats immediately. It would have been awesome. All right, good play here. The cows, interesting. I mean, it's not terrible. At a base level card, it still does a lot of damage to level 14 new kid, forces cards to be played, but the problem is just it's a little bit too easy to stop, and 5 energy is a lot, and even though he gets that bar, like I'm going to counter for the bar anyway. So I don't hate that play, though. I really don't hate that play. For like a middling team, Namblos probably should have picked that. Wouldn't have hated that. And even leaving it as base, saving some caps. Now that you had to save, you know, the caps that you saved there, put them into Inuit because you can't have Inuit base anymore. So pretty damn good. And you'll see, man, you guys are going to just laugh at the Inuit plays you see later. You're just going to, I bet you, I almost guarantee you guys will like laugh out loud. Like a, ha! Like that kind of shit. I almost promise you. When you see what my Inuit does to this one poor soul, it will just make your fucking week. Stick around. Stick around. You won't want to miss it. It's coming up. It's coming up. But cows were a surprise. Yeah, you don't expect it. And if you did that, like if he did that, if he played cows right now with like 12 fucking seconds left and we were even on bars, he could sneak it. But not when he played it. Like, not when he played it. You got to use that as like a last resort kind of thing. All right, we got fucking active. This is a pretty solid game. I'm gonna really shoutcast this one. So you guys, I'm gonna ignore you guys. All right, swordsman lead was pretty good this week. You didn't want to lead Inuit. They could just use swarm or something against it. You don't really want to use coop either because it kind of just slow plays into them, which is bad. This was by design. I wanted to do, but I didn't, not that I didn't think about the pigeons, but I didn't think it was really going to be a threat if he stopped me with the pigeons, if that makes sense. Because he had already played 6 for the for the Grand Wizard, so he was at pretty much nothing. So this is what I mean. If those pigeons would have been, if it would have been 3 pigeons, it would have been a lot of damage. So 2 pigeons gets a couple hundred damage. So it's pretty good. Yeah, if you have level 6 cows in Team Wars, you'd be fucking murdering level 14 new kid. I mean, I had level 7 cows with Gunslinger that were taking 2 bars because Gunslinger's boost would last and they'd get like 1 or 2 hits off, because they just have a little bit of health with level 7. And when there's 3 of them, it still at least takes 3 hits to fucking kill them, right? Even if they all only have 50 health. So they can still get 1 or 2 hits off. And if it's, you know, plus 140, you can take a bar real quick. Plus Frontier boost in there, maybe. It's great. All right, Timmy in the corner. Nice here. Jimbo maybe the play. No, we go for the AoE with the Terrence and Phillip. I don't hate that. Level 4 Jimbo doesn't help too much. The Jimbo boost isn't quite as nasty as it once was. So the goal is to just kind of get Jimbo down. Now we're forcing him to play on our Jimbo. All right, this is good. Jimbo gets blown up, but we get to blow up his Timmy, which I think is better, honestly, as far as targets go. We don't want to get arrow stormed here. Ooh, but he does get us with the rats. Not bad. Well played, but we do deal with the rats, so they don't help this push. Frontier plus 118. We're going to drop this, hopefully force those pigeons out. 102 on the Bradley. Nicely done here. This should kill the Inuit, hopefully. Yes, it does. Nicely done. Now, new kid's not going to get hit by that Inuit. Well done. Well done. We got Nicole. I don't think Nicole's a terrible choice. But the problem with Nicole is that if I like remove your Nicole and you just spent cocks, pigeons, and rats to boost them, and those cards didn't get good value, I just beat you. I just beat you. Congratulations, you just lost. Nice combo, you lose. So now we just slow play. We get the push onto our side, and then we use Bebe. Yeah, I like it. Now this might be a play where some people would transmog the Bebe. Yeah. So it's not a bad play on his part, but at the same time, I could have played Grand Wizard Cartman right there, and like there was nothing, he wouldn't have been able to fucking stop it. But like I really hate playing those kinds of cards because, oh, maybe he had enough energy to remove it and then I don't have anything on defense. So I'd much rather just play the Terrence and Phillip because it's going to deal with it just as well. You add the Frontier in there and fucking Active gets fucked in the face. All right, Serenity would. You would have had to go all in on Swarm. Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily have to, because at the end of the day, she is a 3-cost fighter, which sometimes, if there's no other options like that, that's a slot in a deck that kind of needs to be there, like a fighter unit. If there's no other fighters, she might be the right choice. This week, there were just better choices, right? I don't even remember what she was, but I know that there's a better choice. Level 1 Inuit, not going to do shit. I mean, this Arrow Storm comes in, knocks out our Inuit. Too bad. Too bad. The rats on the top side, we were gonna transmog. I was gonna transmog it if it was the Bebe, honestly. I really was gonna. New kid's hitting the garrison though, so that one rat sneaks through. So the sneaky rat on the top side pulls it off. That's the type of stuff like Team Wars. It's just like different play styles. I wouldn't play rats like that up there in. I wouldn't play rats like that up. Just like fucking, just confident, relaxed removal of those cows there, you know? Frontier into Terrence and Phillip. They didn't even hit my fucking new kid, did they? Like, very, very, very veteran play there. And this is probably because this is like probably my 12th game of the night. So I had seen cows at least 3 times already. So I was ready for him. Use the Timmy. It's going to get after the shield. I could have used it a little sooner, but don't want to risk the timing. The guy played well though. What was I saying? I don't remember. You had my level 7 Bebe, ate an Inuit after a coop, and a couple of pigeons. Bitch just went num num burp. Oh, that's hilarious. That's man. I can't wait for that Inuit play that's about to happen. That's the one thing about Timmy. If you didn't know, hopefully you do know, but Timmy, Pirate Ship Timmy hits the closest unit. So if he's targeting Pirate Ship, if his animation is pretty long, right? So once he starts the animation, you can play another card and he'll attack that unit. So there he hits he hits Jimbo, doesn't really do much damage. Couple hundred off of Jimbo, not that big of a deal, versus pretty much acing Timmy, which is what I did to his Timmy, especially since I had a level on him, right? So Frontier's going to survive here, which is why I played the Coop. And this is just kind of a figured he was going to quit playing kind of play. Here I could have finished the bar with the Timmy there, but I knew he couldn't play anything else, and I wanted to get the extra damage on the Timmy, or not the Timmy, on the Garrison. Not Garrison either, fuck, I can't talk. On the Cartman. But there, that was actually interesting because I thought this should have been New Kid Blast that killed the Inuit. Yeah, that should have been New Kid Blast that killed the Inuit, and that would have been the end of the game, because that would have been the end. Inuit would have killed the bar, and it would have been 290 or whatever it is. Would have been game over. But nothing can stop that. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Cox are a very, very good card in Team Wars. The level 5 Cox just do not get killed by New Kid. It takes so many fucking hits for him to kill. So if you start getting a couple of those into the mix of things, it can just really cause a problem. And then if you can boost them with Frontier, ooh, get tough, get toughed. I had someone transmog Inuit. I mean, oops. That's pretty much the only reason I play so many accounts, is so I can play a lot of Team Wars games, because I love Team Wars. I think it's the purest form of the game, because I know exactly, because you know what the deck could be. That's the biggest thing. Like, that's the most true to like a true like competitive thing, because you, in a competitive situation, you know the deck. You're not gonna get surprised by Satan. You're not gonna get surprised by a fucking Inuit or something like that, or an Incan or something like that. So you know, oh, he just played this, I have this, I can play this, he can't counter with that, and if he does counter with that, I can play this. And so you can really play the man, not, and play the deck and the man, like kind of like poker, you know what I mean? Where you can kind of know, okay, I just need to get this situation, even if he's playing well, if I get him to remove Jimbo instead of Cartman or something, or if I get him to, even if I get him to remove Cartman, maybe that is good or something, you know, like,
and the next day.
or just like knowing right now, like he can't just like cock magic, or you know what I mean, stuff like that. Or knowing, look at that, doesn't even kill the Inuit. If he would have killed the Inuit there, he would have been dead from the Inuit blast. Abuse. Team Wars is more strategic. Yeah, exactly. And I like having different levels of accounts, because then I can't just, you know, because I never have good games on this account, right? And if this was all I played every week was this account, I'd be so fucking bored of Team Wars, I probably wouldn't even play the game anymore. Honestly, true to God. But being able to fucking play an Adventure Lock account on a middling Namblos team and get 3 fucking wins in gold with base level cards, like, that feels fucking awesome. When there's people on my team losing, like, it feels fucking awesome. Get him. Oh, 7 fucking HP. Come on, Timmy. There you go. Timmy's 7-inch Jimmy. You immediately use the ability and smack it in his face. Oh, Timmy with the double bar takedown. Beautifully played. Putting that Coop up in the corner to distract the Terrence and Phillip. Well played, good positioning. Terrence and Phillip distracted, separated, which makes them much, much less dangerous. And that level 7 Heidi not getting thwarted by that level 5 Timmy that we almost killed from the AoE. Sad. See what I'm talking about? This is all I had every week. Yeah, teamwork. Yeah, New Kid being fragile is a big part of, like, you know, being able to sneak assassins better and stuff like that. Buttercups 2 weeks is, well, maybe we don't even have to change Buttercups. We just have to come up with, maybe we should change our names to like official Buttercup Red Links. Red Links Buttercups or something like that. Be like, what? Buttercup is like a fan group for, it's the Red Links fan group, the Buttercups. We thought it was such a cute name. We wanted to continue it. We should change it from Buttercups to Butternuts. What do you think about that? The next Adventure Lock account, Butternuts. Butternut Squash. Butternut squash red links to a pulp. Wait till he uses ability, then play Inuit, so that Inuit can eat the shit out of his face. And then one-shot this Bebe, pretty much. Boom! Oh, two-shot him. All right, not going to stop. Uh-oh. Oh, this is going to... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, Inuit. Oh, boy, Inuit. Uh-oh. Inuit. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh! Oh, he didn't get a hit off. He didn't get the hit off. Nice. Boo, 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 boo. Butters cuck. Ooh, I like Butters cuck. Let's we get cuck and Red Links puts no neutral adventure cards. I mean, that happens all the time. Average new kid. Flustered cuck representing TMI, which you saw got first place. Got the level 5 or level 4 6-element Randy from that pack as well, if you were watching earlier. So Moody coming up in the world. Relatively free to play. Over 3 years, there's been a little bit of money put into him, but never like purchased a lot for one card or anything like that. Just like stuff for pack refreshing and stuff. So after a few weeks in gold, then start a new team again. Yes. Maybe we should just fuck around in gold. I mean, if we get our ass kicked in gold, then we go back to silver, get our ass kicked in gold, go back to silver. Some weeks we might kick ass in gold and get first place gold rewards, which might be worth hanging out. The best part of this week was people trying to use level 1 Inuit. Yeah, that's happened at least, what, 3 times? Oh, the Dark Mage not able to kill the pigeons, unfortunately, but did take a couple of them down so that Nicole didn't get fully boosted there. What if Nicole got boosted from enemy? So when I played my rats there, she got boosted. Would that make her playable? Nullify enemy cards, potentially? I mean, it would make my coop unplayable. Fuck, that'd be brutal in Team Wars. Oh, if I kill the Bebe soon enough. Oh, it didn't work out. I could have maybe played Hunter in the way. Took the Cox, but that's supporting a dead push, and that's how you lose games in Team Wars. And the Timmy hitting that top side. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, and the... Oh, no. But he used the ability instead of keeping attack, and nobody does take it. Oh, no. The Timmy, or the Terrence and Phillip on the top side. See what they can do. Oh, it's the Inuit. It's the Inuit on the top side coming through. Go between them. Go between the legs. Between the legs. Spread them. Spread them, boys. Just like a fart. Let's go. All right. Inuit coming through. Taking the hit. Oh, nice. We got the bar. Taking that Jimbo against the rats. I like it. Take them out. A little bit of time. A little bit of time. Maybe Dark Mage. Yeah, Heidi's a good choice. Just because that 2 slot is so good on defense. Because, like, it's so easy to lose with, like, 1 card streaking to new kid and taking you out, you know? It's so easy to lose to that. So having a 2-cost fighter at all times just to protect from that. And she's a good lead card, too, because she's so non-committal. 2 energy behind your new kid for a fighter that has, like, 700 health if she's level 7. Like, what the... Like, it's like the perfect Team Wars lead. It's so non-committal. It's the perfect shit. Oh, Inuit around the backside. Uh-oh. New kid gonna kill the Inuit. No, enemy Inuit. Oh, no, it's the Frontier AoE that kills him. Oh, and the Cox are gonna come through with that Heidi. Especially with Frontier. Boosting Heidi, making her a badass. Moody coming through with that victory. Let's go. He kept playing Nicole late. Yeah, exactly. You gotta play him when the animals are alive, Dumbo. All right, Moody taking on COVID Mask Supreme. All right. Pro tip of the day. Terrence and Phillip, you do not want to separate them. This isn't a fucking game where there's legitimately 2 lanes and separating them into 2 lanes is a good idea. No. Terrence and Phillip's whole entire fucking goodness of them is being able to hit the same unit and kill that unit faster than that unit's gonna kill the other one. You know what I mean? Like the whole idea of them being split up is to put out more DPS on 1 unit or potentially deal with swarm better, right? But you don't separate them like that because now I can play Heidi on the top side, Coop on the bottom side and deal with both of them and have a huge power position. I don't know if that's what I do. This works too, but it's like, don't separate your Terrence and Philip. If you're going to play them first, play them on one side and New Kid so they don't separate. Because look at that. Terrence, Philip, if Terrence and Philip were right next to each other, Philip would have had 3 more attacks in, just like Terrence had. But instead, they're separated. We get to kill Terrence, and now he doesn't deal with shit. He doesn't deal with shit. Doesn't do shit. What is he doing? Shit. Oh, I was like, what's that plus 34 from? Oh, watch this shit. Whoops. You see my cursor? Did you see my cursor? Watch my cursor, guys, right here. The little orange guy. Whoop! That was for you guys. No Bebe though for this guy. Kill the Bebe quick. %, moist. Parents outpacing the pigeons. That's the problem with the pigeons. Like, you can't really, you have to play them against a slow unit because they have just enough aggro range where they'll chase, but they just can't catch up because they're slow as dirt. If the pigeons get faster, we might have a pretty tough card on our hand. See what I'm saying? The pigeons can fuck shit up if they... See that? They fuck shit up there. If one of them didn't already have low health. Now we got to play away from New Kid. Remember, the frontier's a threat, so play far enough away from New Kid. Remember, he could transmog you too, so be ready with the Calamity Heidi. Honestly, it's a level 2. It won't even fucking barely tickle me. So I shouldn't have used the ability, though. I should have waited, used the ability here, taken some hits off of the Coop, but this works out. I still end up getting the ability anyway, because the Coop is my savior. Booby Troller official. The Death Wish is so awesome for Team Wars. Dude, Irish, you haven't seen the best one yet either. There's still one good one left. I think it's on my main account. Turd in the punch bowl. Turd punch in the fart bowl. That's what I prefer. That should be his name. He quit when he realized he played Inuit wrong, right? All right. So also a non-committal unit, the Garrison. Garrison this week pretty much played well against whatever you played up against him. So playing Garrison at any point this week was good. And if he gets removed, then, you know, potentially your Grand Wizard can kick some ass. A lot of people would think, yeah, don't put stuff into Grand Wizard. He's just going to get removed. But everybody will think that. So it's like, oh, he played Garrison. I'm just going to kill his Garrison. We killed the oh, that was beautiful. The AoE killing those rats real quick. Nicely done. They think, oh, they didn't put anything into Grand Wizard. So then they remove them, and then you play your level 4 Grand Wizard, and you know, fuck them in the face, like we said earlier. And like I said, the Coop, level 5 Coop is just so good. Don't play it right on the midline. Play it a little behind the midline, and it's just a nightmare. And pigeons will deal with the Bebe. Not if she's full health, though. The AoE, not quite. I wish there was a card that you could, like, knock, like a spell, a 1-cost neutral spell that just pushed a unit back a little bit. You know, I would love something like that. That just uses, like let's say it uses something very similar to Alt Kite's ability on where you place it. Cycle card, 1-cost ability. You can push stuff out of Inkin's Blast. You can push stuff into Inkin's Blast. You can push it in and out of Psalm's range now. A lot of cool stuff you can do. I think that would be really fun. But who am I? Just a fucking genius game designer. I'm just kidding. I'm not a game designer. But I feel like all my ideas are so much better than their fucking ideas. And then when they get it right, it's when they get it right, it's when they listen to me. Like this Pope change is everything I ever wanted it to be, man. Fucking, I hated the concept of bringing a card back. I hated that fucking idea. Even if it's fucking a 4-cost flavor of the month, poping back Inuit, right? Like, shit could be brutal. Inuit's so good though right now. Fuck. I think Pope's ability should have never existed, so I'm glad. And I think Satan's ability should never have existed. I don't love cock magic, but it does have its ups and downs. And I don't, especially now with Frontier, and I don't love Leanne, but it does have its counter. So those are like acceptable removals to me. Like they all have kind of a counter that is like makes sense. Like obviously you can snipe Pope, but like you can't do that in every single deck, right? Hey, the Dark Dragon, thanks for the raid, buddy. Appreciate you. We're doing the South Park Phone Story Weekly update, which we do every week at right around this time. We're going through last week's games. We're almost done. We have 2 good matches left to watch. We've been kind of going through the riffraff here. But yeah, this guy is 8,400. I didn't even notice that. So the PC Principal choice, was it PC Principal versus Garrison? PC Principal just isn't good because like he's helping me. By pushing my Garrison back, that's helping me. Because it's putting the game more on my side, which is always my benefit. The Bebe here is actually kind of a problem. We're going to play the Inuit just to kill the Bebe. He ends up playing the pigeons on top, but the Inuit does kill the Bebe, which is great. We deal with the pigeons a little bit as well. Deal with them over here. And we're smoking the pigeons with the Jimbo there, which is weird because it didn't look like he was in range, but he was. What's up, Outcast? PCP or Jimbo? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Jimbo is definitely a good choice, though. Like, at 4 cost, even if he's level 4, his health pool is so worth playing. Like, even if his boost sucked balls, his health pool is so worth it, especially in Team Wars. And because no one's going to remove the Jimbo, and if they do, it's like to their detriment, right? We want to remember, make sure we can't play the Frontier with the AoE. That's a good shot there on that Timmy. But I mean, the team lost in this game, man. Like that PC Principal, especially level 5, man. I wouldn't even play level 6. I would only play PC Principal ever in Team Wars if I had him level 7. I think he's a waste of 4 energy. Like, there's no way that there wasn't a better choice. There's no way that there wasn't a better choice. And the 84 hundo goes down. He needs to join a better team. All right. And now we have... I think this is the one where we just hit the Inuit just takes this guy's fucking soul. PC Principal is always a great TVG choice. I don't know. I disagree because how often is a PC Principal gonna push Blood Elf Bebe out of the way so that she survives to get even more stacked? Or Frontier Bradley out of the way and he survives and gets protected. You know what I mean? There's just so many... Or pushes Hanky right to New Kid, which I did one time, which is so fucking hilarious. Play the Frontier, help the Heidi out a little bit. We just want to slow play, get the Bebe on our side as much as we can. All right, this is good. I like it. We're going to wait on the Transmog. You always want to wait for removal until it like actually benefits you. Because like he wasn't impacting the battle at all over there, right? And it wasn't until he impacted the battle that I removed him, because then that guy's going to play as if he has that Grand Wizard and might make a mistake. So like maybe he plays a range card behind the Grand Wizard or something like that. He plays something out of position because he thinks, oh, he would have removed me already, blah, blah. So always wait as long as you can. So that was a really bad play there. I really thought that the Cox would keep going, but because they all got stopped by Jimbo, they all kind of like pushed each other backwards a bit, and they came back and AoE smoked me. So that was fucking brutal. That was fucking brutal. Rip. There goes the perfect score. There goes the perfect win record, right? Wrong. Oh man. Oh man. Oh boy. Oh god. Didn't. Look at Inuit fucking destroy 8 energy. And then we get this spammy bastard on caca and putas, which is exactly what his fucking attitude is. Can you believe that happened? That guy's gonna have fucking nightmares forever. He's gonna always remember the time he met that free-to-play whale in Team Wars. He's gonna tell that to his kids. Man, he took 3 bars in 13 seconds with 1 card. I swear to God, man, he played 1 card and he beat me. Vitor Ramon, spammy bastard, on my 3rd alt. So this is my 3rd strongest account, but I do have fairly good levels. Pretty much max, except Grand Wizard could be level 5, I think. I can't remember. No, I think we only brought him to 4. Jimbo Frontier, not bad. Brizzy, thanks for the 20 biddies. Appreciate you, buddy. All right. Played smart, played cool. I like it. I like it. All right, good. Terrence and Phillip taking the Inuit hit, which is the best option. Frontier taking it, which is also good. I like it. Playing the rats on the top side, baiting the arrow storm if possible, because all my other cards survive it. Using the Timmy to do damage to New Kid and the Coop. Oh my God. And a huge hit into New Kid. Oh my Lord. All right, we're gonna keep the Coop alive. Or keep the Frontier alive with the Coop. Lot of pressure here. The Coop protects the Bradley. Oh no, and here comes the spam. Here comes the spam. And we have decided that this guy does not have Grand Wizard Cartman. So we're gonna transmog that ugly swordsman. And we're just gonna wait it out. All right, he's gonna try to get some boosts on Bebe. Not bad play, but he played Bebe in front of New Kid. So Bebe's gonna get some damage here. Almost to the point that makes her fucking useless. He plays that, and he ruins a chance to get an extra 100 health on the Bebe. We're just gonna slow play the Garrison level 5. It don't matter. It don't matter. Heidi gonna deal with the Inuit because Heidi's a boss. A boss. She's a beast. I was gonna say beast, and I said boss. It's like boss. She's a fucking boss. I like it. And then Inuit gonna bring it home because he ain't got nothing because he played the rats. Oh no, he didn't play the rats. That was me. Oh, but look at this. Look at this. Bebe going around the bottom side so the rats don't hit her. And taking out Vitor Ramon. And returning the spam favor for him real quick. Appreciate the support, Vitor. Well played. Well done. A lot of fun games this week. Fun decks. I mean, I played level 3 Dark Mage in every single one of the games I won with Moody, and I won. So don't ever let anyone tell you that, like, oh, I lost just because my team picked this one bad card and I didn't have this one card leveled. You always got a fucking chance, man. You never know how bad the person you're playing. You never know how shitty their deck might be leveled. And you never know, they might have never played these cards before in their life. If I get Scuzzlebutt in a deck, I've literally never played Scuzzlebutt one time. Haven't ever played him once. Not once. I've seen his model in game like 3 times, maybe. I didn't even know it was that big. First time I saw it, I was like, fucking, it's huge. It's fucking huge. And then he was slow and ugly and dog shit, and I never wanted to play him ever. Did you talk about the balance changes? Not yet, broke boy. That's coming up. We got to deal with the deck for next week first. That's always our order. We got the forum post after this, so stick around. We're rolling, we rolling. Complaining about team choices is whack, especially if, I mean, if you have equal levels, equal skill, and the other guy had a better deck, you could maybe say, like, I lost because we didn't have this card and he did have this card. Like, sometimes that happens. But most of the time, it's just like you probably just played the decks a little wrong then, you know? Oh, yeah, those are off. Yeah. It'd be fucking crazy. You turn them on. Okay. Stan the Great versus Friar. With Slave as an option, Stan the Great becomes a little stronger because you can time the debuff to be perfectly in time with, like, when, you know, maybe Hermes or something would attack Slave. Because there's only in Team Wars, typically there's only gonna be 1 or 2 cards that can actually break the Slave. This week, this slot can break Slave. I guess technically any goth kid could that gets boosted, I guess. Critters could technically. Rats can break it. Incan can break it. Timmy could if you time it right, but that's it. Those what, three cards potentially. Obviously Satan would, but so it's these slots, 4 slots basically. So if you can time it right, where Stan's gonna stop those cards from being able to break it, you can keep Slave alive for a very long time in Team Wars. Is there removal this week? Doesn't look like it. So yeah, Slave's probably gonna be the choice. I do like the Friar though. Friar level 7 completely negates the attack from the new kid. Can potentially bring Slave's health back. That's very difficult though. But the Friar with the Goth kids is actually pretty good. Just put him next to Henrietta, keeps her alive a little bit. And then potentially just next to the Man Bear Pig, keeps him alive longer. Very, very useful card. But we've seen the utility of Stan the Great in ladder, and it's just such a good card. So level 7 Stan the Great, probably better than Friar. Unless you're worried about the new kid chip from like Incan, maybe. But I think Stan the Great's gonna win you more pushes overall, and especially when you have the Goth kids that are gonna be boosted potentially, and have their health increased. Stan the Great removes that health increase completely, and that includes the critters. So when Stan hits people, it's gonna completely remove that boost. So that just made the decision for me. Those boosts are gonna get removed. Friar isn't gonna do shit. He's just gonna get imploded by those boosts. So Stan the Great, that's the choice. If you pick Friar, you're wrong. There's no reason to pick Friar. That's a mistake. That's a choice. Narita, that's when you made a mistake. Murph versus Slave. I think Slave's the choice. Murph is an awesome card, but Murph is really only useful if you have Grand Wizard Cartman or Stan the Great as a potential option, because if he can stun those cards, it'd be interesting if you stun Henrietta right when she's about to spawn somebody, if she wouldn't spawn him. That'd be fucking legendary. But the reason that Murph works really well against those cards is actually because of a glitch. Murph can hit Stan or Grand Wizard Cartman mid animation of their abilities and nullify the animation, or nullify the ability with the stun somehow if it's just the right timing, and it can be very brutal. But the Slave is going to be hard to break the heal, and when the cocks spawn, it can be very impactful. Even if it's 3 level 5 cocks coming at the new kid, it can be very impactful. So very good card there. And I just don't think there's anything to really pair with Murph this week. Critters maybe? Is that a glitch? I think Mayor McDaniel's ability can do that too. Yeah, Mayor McDaniel's, that's her ability. Murph, I don't think that's intentional. I think that's a mistake. Bar Punch, welcome to the stream though. I'll return those. I'll return all the buckets from you guys wasting them, by the way. Don't worry about it. I always return them on Monday nights. And honestly, I'll probably return a bunch more, because I don't care if you guys fucking have buckets. I don't care. So I'm going to return. I periodically return all of them a lot. So every once in a while, you'll just have a lot more buckets. Purify versus Poison. Poison doesn't really do anything, but Purify just potentially to purify the Freeze Ray, which is like a 3-for-2 trade, which I think is pretty good. So I would say Purify. And then if they run Poison, like you can fucking Purify the Poison, right? So like Purify is just there to nullify one of those 2 cards. So I don't hate that. And then if the Goth kids get like super boosted or something, maybe you have a Pete that's like super boosted and you can't fucking kill him, Purify him, might work. So I think Purify's got more use cases, and you can leave it base level. You don't have to upgrade it at all. So that's definitely the choice there. So these 3, I think these slots are locked in. If your team picks anything other than this, you should consider joining the AmFam. Freeze Ray is the choice here. Freeze Ray is just solid. Even though it can be purified, it's just such a good card. And Super Fart's bad. Super Fart doesn't kill the assassins. You have to max it to 6. Freeze, you could leave at base. Freeze Ray works. Alt Kite versus Timmy. If I knew that my team had Alt Kite leveled up really well, I would say Alt Kite is an awesome card, because being able to avoid New Kid Blast and get out of the way and stuff like that is very, very good. Isn't it -2 energy with Purify as an option? Well, I mean, you can wait. Like, they might wait till you see Poison, or they might play Purify on something else. You wouldn't just play it blind, no. Farts are fun. That's true. Fart would be, if you're gonna play fart, it's a dead card, and you just use it after you beat somebody, and then you fart emote at the same time. That's when you use that card. There's not gonna be a lot of dead cards this week, so if you're sitting with Purify Super Fart in hand, I mean, you can use Super Fart and do some damage and just cycle to something else. Like, that's not terrible. But just remember, like, if something would get knocked back with Super Fart that would like hurt you, like, you know, knocking Blood Elf Bebe back or something like that, or Inkin or whatever it might be, put a unit behind them, then Super Fart. They'll knock into the unit and get like kind of stunned for a second, and then you won't have to worry about it. It's a good place to play like Michael, because then you can play Henriette after that. But Timmy is gonna be more leveled. More people will have Timmy, and you can keep Timmy alive for fucking ever since there's no real removal for him. Keep him in the corner so Inkin can't kill him. Keep him away from the pushes so that Satan can't kill him. You'll be just fine. Although AQR could kill him, so that's pretty good. I like the idea of AQR to be able to potentially deal with the Goth kids, but that's why the Purify is there, to also purify the AQR. So I think which is going to be your choice. If you can slow the Goth kids, you're going to probably win that push, because they're not going to be able to heal with the Pete and stuff like that. So I think it's better to go with the witch. And then if some fucking moron wants to purify your witch slow, sure, 5 seconds later you get it back. So like, whatever, good for them, right? Then you can poison them or something, or then you can freeze ray without problem. But I think Goth kids is not going to be the choice this week, because Man Bear Pig is going to be very hard to beat. Even if you have Goth kids coming at me, once my Man Bear Pig starts hitting Henrietta, taking Henrietta's health and killing Furkel and Michael and taking a bunch of damage, like this, you're not going to really be able to do much about that. Comes down to level 3 Henrietta versus level 4 Man Bear Pig. Right, more people are going to have Man Bear Pig boosted as well. And this week, there's not a whole lot to... There's only going to be the 2 legends, so it's not going to be too much. So yeah, I'd say... And also, Team Wars, like, you don't want to chance a deck where you have to have a really good cycle for it to work. You don't want to chance that, because you can't... Like, to make Goth kids fucking even work, you have to, like, build the whole deck around them. Cheap deck, like stuff to help keep them alive, regen, health, Satan to help clear, stuff like that. If you're not going to have all those options, you're not going to do well with them, right? So yeah, I think Man Bear Pig with the rats. I don't hate picking Pete instead of the critters, because your teammates can misplay critters into oblivion and fuck their whole world up. But Pete is a pretty inconsequential play. He can be quite good by himself. You know, if rats are around him, he might out-heal their damage. He could potentially out-heal Man Bear Pig's damage, because Man Bear Pig, if he gets 2 hits off before Man Bear Pig gets to him, I mean, that's not terrible. And then, in the same token, Michael isn't bad either. Just Michael. Like a level 5 Michael, pretty good 3-cost fighter. And like I said in the last one, if your only other fighter is AQR or something like that, might work. So like, I wouldn't hate, instead of using shitty critters and shitty Starvin' Marvin, run just Pete and Michael. I don't see anything wrong with that, honestly. And then I would probably run Inkin, because Inkin can clear more efficiently, and the chip can win you the game, because Inkin can kill people that aren't in the little area. And when people know Satan's an option, you can play around Satan so easily. It's so easy. And Satan doesn't even really deal with Goth kids. Satan doesn't deal with a Man Bear Pig push. Satan doesn't really deal with Slave necessarily. He kills him sorta, but yeah, exactly. That's my thoughts too, Wally. That's like for anybody, not even my team, for like every team I play. I've seen critters get misplayed so many times against me that it's like, yeah. But also I like Inkin better. But Satan could have its uses. I'm trying to think. I think Inkin, there's no other range cards. Like, you need an actual useful range card other than just Timmy. So just Inkin's damage, like being able to pretty much one-shot the assassins, being able to murk the Starvin' Marvin with him if he plays him, like, probably just better with the Incan, in my opinion. Still an AQR fan? Yeah, but with the Purify out there, that's a real gamble. You'd have to force the Purify on something else or wait till you see the enemy poison. But by that time, the time to use AQR might already be passed, so. I think, did we hit everything? Oh, Chaos versus Hermes. There's no staff, so Hermes isn't going to get beneficial. Professor Chaos being able to stun the Goth kids or anything, really. Reach back, maybe kill the Timmy that didn't die from poison or something. And he's just one of the best assassins in the game still. Even after his nerf, he still hits faster than most. And he's just very good. But yeah, I think that one's pretty good. AQR is great in ladder because people don't expect that shit, right? And that's what I'm talking about. Some cards are not good if they're expected. Satan, if you know Satan's gonna come, you can play and not allow him to get very much value, which could potentially make him not ever even play it. And AQR is the same. If I know AQR is coming, I'm never ever ever going to play Incan and Timmy at the same time. I'm never ever ever gonna play. I'm not gonna play like my Timmy with my Goth kids until you play AQR on the Goth kids or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna play into that. So AQR is not just, and especially with Purify. If there wasn't Purify, and sometimes you can't do anything, right? And you could still get the value even if it just hits like 2 people, because it's all about like being able to kill those targets that are typically hard to kill because you don't have removal, you don't have, Incan or whatever it might be to deal with the target. So that one's pretty, this deck's pretty straightforward. If you want to go the Goths, I can see lower level teams going Goth kids because they're not going to get the benefit of like a higher level Manbear pig. So you like a lower level Goth kids does do pretty well versus like the lower level alternatives. Like if I have to choose between level 4 Goth kids, like level 4 Furkle versus level 4 Rats, or level 3 Critters versus level 3 Pete, or level 4 Michael versus level 4 Starvin Marvin, I'm gonna pick the Goth kids every time. Or level 3 Manbear Pig versus level 3 Henrietta, probably gonna pick the Henrietta every time. But if it's a level up on each of those, level 4 Manbear Pig, level 7 Rats, level, I guess I still think Pete Michael is the right choice. Although Marvin, not terrible. If you can bait the Incan out, and Marvin could just wreck shit. Because, like, what's going to kill Marvin? I guess Professor Chaos could help with Marvin. Timmy could keep his ability to hit Marvin. So I guess, yeah, Marvin's a dumb play. So Michael's good with Pete. You play them together. Michael stays alive a little longer. Not a bad little combination there. I don't hate that. All right. I need some water. I feel like I'm about to yell. I feel like I'm about to be yelly. All right. So we have Goth Kids this week. Goth Kids 2 challenge, which I don't know why there's chaos there. I guess it's chaos mode, right? Oh, that's stupid. The Goth Kids challenge, they're raised to tournament levels, and they'll all cost 1 energy point less. 1 less energy point. So 1 cost Furkle, pretty sick. Team's going full Goth. That's just fine. Should be fun. I'm hoping one of my teams do, because I hoping Namblos does or something, because it should be fun. If Namblos does, because my adventure lock is in Namblos right now, hell yeah, it's gonna be fun. But anyway, there's a Michael event right now that we were doing earlier. We're not gonna jump into that later tonight because I feel like this update's gonna go a while. I'm gonna want to get it updated or uploaded. So we're not gonna keep playing South Park after this, but we will play the event and finish it on most of our accounts tomorrow night. We'll be streaming again, so make sure to check us out. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold. Ugh. Cocaine. All right. Goth Kids on adventure. Or Thursday, we got some materials, so that's good. Friday weekend, we got Henrietta, and we get a guaranteed Henrietta. Yes. Legendary card, guaranteed Henrietta. So nail that bitch. So we'll be playing a lot of Goth Kids this weekend. But luckily, it's not just Goth Kids, so we'll be able to play a bunch of other ones. So that should be good. That should be good. All right. Now the moment we've been waiting for, the balance changes. We got an exciting addition for you all. One of our wonderful designers has offered to provide some insight on what we hope to accomplish with our balance changes, and I thought that would be great interest to all of you. I know I get asked quite often why some of the changes are made, and this is a really good change. In most other games that I play, it gives kind of a breakdown of like, you know, we saw that this card was underperforming, or we noticed that this was overperforming, or we saw that this interaction with this was not quite what we wanted, or we wanted this card to be a tanky range assassin, but instead it ended up being this, and it just doesn't really work. Whatever it ends up being, right? It's good to have that. Whether or not they do it well needs to be seen. All right, Stan and Mini Moons. Health increase by 17%. So that's good because overall Stan is kind of a bad fighter. Sort of because his health is fairly low as opposed to other like fighters of a similar ilk. Like if you look at Sizzler's health, you look at Mackey's health, Witch's health, his was just much lower for a 4-cost fighter. Obviously his ability made up for it, but if you got rid of that ability with Powerbind or something like that, he still was kind of a shit unit. Now his power range is 3, which isn't that big. It's like think like Gunslinger range kind of. Might be similar to Grand Wizard Cartman range, but units outside of the range will take half the power damage. So the power right now does, what is it on? Let me check what his damage is at level. What level? We'll just do level 5 max because that's kind of like the competitive level. We could look at 4 max too, I guess. All right, Stan and Mini Moons. So Stan and Mini Moons on level 5. 776. So if they take 20%, they said? If they take 20%, it'll still do 620 damage. So it'll still do like 310 damage, which kills a decent amount of range cards, or at least brings them quite low. And most likely you'll be able to get 2 Stan and Mini Moons off now. So unless it's Sharon, you're probably still going to kill that unit anyway. So I don't hate it. I don't love it because his charge duration has decreased by 35%. That means the first one gets there in 6.5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blast. Ah, that's fucking quick. That'll be like on if this is midline, he'll be like here before, like you probably can't even mind control him before he gets the first one off if you play him behind New Kid. Shit, that could be good. Standing Mini Moon's power has kept Lightning Bolt, Unholy Combustion, and Transmog as default spells just to deal with him. That's true. That's true. The same with Pope, kind of. With this small rework, we want the power to feel as legendary as before, with the focus on incentivizing playing Stan more as a true fighter. So instead of playing him in the fucking corner, you can play him in the middle of the fight and still getting a bit. I have like a, hold on, there's like a hair on my glasses. It's bugging me. So yeah, instead of playing him in the corner, look at the scratch. Instead of playing him in the corner, you can play him in the thick of it, into the thick of it, and then fuck him up. Don't hate that. He can still deal some damage to far-away enemies, but closer enemies will take more damage. With a faster charge rate, the power will be his default tool in a fight. I don't hate this change. I don't hate it. The one thing though, he will not die to Lightning Bolt anymore. So all those motherfuckers, including myself, who are just getting to level 7 Lightning Bolt, Blue Bucket has 3 Lightning Bolts away from fucking level 7. All of those are going to... There's definitely a piece of hair over here now. Oh, it's on my eyelash. All of those, it's like worthless now. But I guess to me, I've been using Lightning Bolt to like kill 5-cost fighters quicker. Like, you know, Inuit hits him once and you kill Sizzler or something like that. But you just got 6. Yeah, I mean, you're still going to use them for like mecha and shit like that, but it's interesting. Definitely, I mean, you're still going to probably need to have Unholy and Transmog to deal with them. Like, or I mean, Powerbind's going to be a little bit more impactful now, but kind of not necessarily, because he's got 20% extra health, and that's going to translate. Now he's a 2-cost fighter that's actually pretty fucking good. Wish they gave these Kenny exclamations to Kenny. Yeah, for sure. Well, you should have been on. You should have been on this this update. We talked about that heavily, and I was like, no, guys, you don't understand. This is gonna be fucking fantastic. If you check out that link, you'll find all of my links, including YouTube, which has all of my past updates and everything on there, as well as a bunch of other games. I'm a variety streamer at heart, but I focus on South Park because it's my bread and butter, if you will. Too much complaining on not killing a level 4 to 5 Som. LB will get a buff soon. I don't doubt that, because they're kind of just like increasing kind of the level of power everything has, like Ice Sniper, Scout, that kind of stuff. Everything they've touched recently has gotten quite a bit stronger. Som on defense, exactly. You can kind of slow play him, have him defend, and then, you know, kill the units that he was building in the back, something like that. I don't hate it. All right, Pope Timmy. Fucking finally. This is news. This is fucking music to my ears. Pope Timmy now picks the cheapest card from your hand. He will no longer bring back the last unit to fell in battle. Thank fucking Christ. His energy cost was decreased to 5, and which means he is a target of Dar now. Think about that. And his attack has been increased, and his DPS has been increased. So, well, I mean, that's just like, that's the same thing. If you just increase attack, does it truly just increase your DPS by the same amount? Is that true? Would that be true? I'm not sure if that's true. Anyway, Pope Timmy for a while has had a strong synergy with Call Girl, making it the default pair for him. True. And Manbear Pig, I guess. There were no easy and fair options to keep the power as is while keeping the Call Girl combo in check. I mean, they really could have just made Call Girl not be able to be revived if that was truly their intention. But I guess in their heart of hearts, they want you to be able to Pope Call Girl. Like, that is like a big, that's like a fucking, that's a combo they want to exist. And is it difficult now to pull off? Yeah. But if Tupperware is immune, which he could be, well, he might not be, because he can get pulled by Call Girl. So I think his card text might be immune if he's in hand. So you might still be able to pull Tupperware. But you could easily have a deck of Hamsters plus Call Girl plus Unholy plus Staff plus something else that's like equal cost to Call Girl. And I mean, because obviously there'd probably have to be like the card that Call Girl would pull, right? And so if you play Pope and you get Call Girl, then you get the Mary Jane Randy next to him. Or if you play Pope, you get the Mary Jane Randy. Not a big deal. You just play the Call Girl, then you get the Coon, right? Like, it's still a good play. It's 5 energy for 10. It's still a good play. You could play Chomper too, exactly. Like, Regen could be in there. You could just have Powerbind in your hand for the new Som that you're probably gonna want to have Powerbind for. So it's not gonna be that difficult to pull off the Pope Call Girl combo. To get it exactly right will be different and much more technical. But the thing is, there will be it won't be the better combo anymore. The better combo will be playing Pope Timmy, pulling Medusa, and then when they ink in your Pope, who will now survive handily, or who has always survived handily, you can then Dar the Pope and then bring Ninju in. So now Dar gets the Ninju boost, the still alive Medusa gets the Ninju boost, and Pope gets the Ninju boost. And all you did was spend, what, 9 energy? Could be pretty good. You just have to cycle until you know, or you just roll the fucking dice, man. It's a gamble now. Fuck it. The new Pope will spawn a card from your hand. The power works the same way as Call Girl. However, Timmy will always pick the cheapest ally with a minimum cost of 3. So that's what you could play Heidi. You have Heidi in there. Or no, you couldn't have Heidi in. Well, I guess, I mean, you could if you're trying to like Pope, like bring Inkin in with Pope. Like that could be pretty cool. Given the new power, Pope Timmy's stats were upgraded. We're aware that this causes a shift in the way Timmy's. I think this is good. This is good for the core gameplay, like the core aspects of the game. Being able to bring a card back that you had already dealt with is so brutal. Like even with Dar, you know, being able to bring a full health Sizzler or something like that, that's really fucking good. That's really fucking good. But with Dar, there's a threat, right? There's a real big risk. But with Pope, if you can manage the enemy snipes right, there's no threat to that. It's so easy to get that right, especially if you're getting some, you know, big target like Man-Bear Pig or something like that. Or, you know, if it's a like Call Girl now having less health actually makes it easier to Pope her back because, you know, she gets Inkins, she dies, and she was the last person to die, you Pope her back, right? But I think this is going to be good because now we might see a 10 cost card. Now we might see a, you know, 7, 8, 9 cost cards because you don't have to worry about them being brought back to life. And I guess they didn't want to just give all these higher cost cards like immunity to Pope's revive or something like that, which that's what I would have done. Like maybe said, oh, Pope can't revive people above 7 cost or something like that. Or what if Pope couldn't revive things past 6 cost? You couldn't bring Man-Bear Pig back. You could, or maybe past 5 cost. You couldn't bring Grand Wizard back then. You couldn't bring Call Girl back. And that would remove really a lot of the problems with Pope, but would still allow you to do fun shit like Pope. You couldn't Pope Satan anymore either, but you could Pope Medusa back, which is still good because then you can ninja them. You could, you know, Pope Ninju back, Pope Inkin back, Pope all these other cards, Pope Inuit back, you know, all these cards that might be useful but aren't like so punishing because just the energy swing. And in this game, when you only, like in other games like Minion Masters and other games, like there's more ways to create energy, or there's just like more overall energy. So if you lose a couple energy here or there, it's not that big of a deal. In South Park, you have like what, 80 energy every game, if even, and that's it. So unless you're Mystic, that's fucking all you have. And so if you lose, or if your enemy has 20% more than you, like what are you possibly supposed to do? Unless you have cards that also like are stupid broken that allow you to make up energy like Cock Magic or Satan or stuff like that. But I think Pope Timmy's gonna still be good, still be very good combos, and still be interesting ways to play him. He'll hit pretty fucking hard now. He is kind of hard to kill, so now that he hits harder, he'll be able to support his pushes more. I think you'll see some pretty interesting decks with him, and it'll all be about deck building for Pope. You can't just put fucking Man-Bear Pig and Pope in any deck and it works, right? You can't fucking do that anymore. Now you have to really, really play the deck in a way, like put Pope Timmy in with just like everything good. Sizzler, 6 element Randy, just like everything fucking good. And it'd be really easy. And then put Dar in there, get him back. Like you might be able to overrun people like fucking crazy with Pope Timmy now. Might be better now. It might just be like Inkin, Call Girl, and Inuit. All these fucking dipshits in the forum, which are, I'm sure they're going to be there, crying about how broken Timmy is now and how shitty of a card he is now. And or how bad Inuit was going to be, or how bad Call Girl was going to be, or how bad Inkin was going to be, when in all 3 of those situations, they're better cards now. They might not be as foolproof, but if you play all 3 of those cards better, like if you played them well now, you get way more fucking value than you got when you played them well previously. Like way more value. Inkin with double health and half health is so much, or double attack half health is so much more impactful than a beefy Inkin. So much more impactful, like without a doubt. Unless you're some dipshit that plays a midline and just gets killed by people, whatever, like you're a fucking idiot. Your opinion doesn't matter about the game because you don't think about it at the level that it matters. So you're playing fucking Stand and Many Moons only to get his ability. Now you're gonna have a problem with that. If you're playing Pope just with Call Girl, now you're gonna have a problem with that. Yeah, exactly, Bar. Exactly. 1000% true. All right, Mimsy, this is interesting. Mimsy's movement speed increased. Since superheroes were introduced, damage has become the dominant strategy. I guess I don't understand how that really has to do with superheroes being introduced. I guess because Manbear Pig, or Mintberry Crunch, Chaos, Mysterion's damage, Hamster's damage. I guess maybe. Call Girl DPS is the highest in the game, I think. This has had a particular negative effect on slow-moving tanks. So we'll see if like stuff like Awesemo maybe gets an update. Might be interesting to see that. But they lose their health too fast. Anyway, in this patch, we're going to give Mimsy increased speed, but no extra health. I'm interested. So his speed, 40%, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a fast fucking... It's a fast, slow person. And I'm really interested to see what he does when you Warboy tweak that motherfucker. It might be the most insane speed we've seen. If that's his base speed and he doesn't have like a boosted speed, you know what I mean? Might be great. Yeah, cows are great. Nathan, attack increased by 33%. Fuck. So he's got what? 100 and... What's he at level 6? Well, let's say level... Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and give him level 7. What is Nathan's max stats? Nathan hangs back so far, could be worth it. Yeah, for sure. What's up, Gaming Fatigue? Cards. Nathan is absolutely on the bottom of this list. Nathan's one of the least placed cards in the entire game. We'll see if this turns that around. Okay, Nathan max level is... Fuck, he's only 132 attack. So if that goes up by... What is it? 33? It'll be 175 attack. But he's got a more AoE. Is AoE knockback impulse? What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? The splash damage? Is that what it's saying? I don't understand. Knockback impulse? We all also looking at Nathan, our mortar unit. Nathan will now be able to cause more destruction with his attack, causing increased knockback to all targets caught in the bomb's area. Additionally, an attack damage buff should get him closer to the standard we've introduced with recent Rangers. Yeah, I don't hate that. I'm like, it was inevitable that he was gonna get touched. I wish they would have done something else with him. Like his bombs should leave an AoE like lava type thing where it does damage over time. Not slows you, but just does damage over time in that area. I don't know if you saw me play War Alliance. There's a commander in War Alliance that has an attack that leaves like an AoE fire thing like that. And that's pretty interesting. Yeah, poison bombs. I mean, yeah, he could have like poison bombs. Like he's throwing drugs. Makes sense that they're like they get stung by a needle and get poisoned, right? Like that makes sense. Frontier Bradley, health decreased quite a bit, so he's gonna be a little bit more squishy, which I'm fine with. He'll die to New Kid. Him not dying to New Kid can be quite influential. But they're increasing his attack, so I mean they're getting Rangers more in line with what Rangers should be. They shouldn't be fucking tanky unless that's the idea. Like Shelly, she should be tanky. Medusa, she should be tanky. Sharon, maybe a little tanky. Any other unit, any other aerial unit doesn't make sense for them to be tanky. Like maybe Terrence Mephisto should be a little bit more tanky. An aerial tanky AoE shitbox, that might be good. But for the most part, they shouldn't be fucking tanky. So I'm with lowering the health of all fighters or of all Rangers, but not to the point where they can like all of them can get killed by Arrow Storm or something like that. Not that much, but like right on that like cusp. But the attack increase is good, and the attack buff is lowered, so that probably has something to do with cows, right? And he's been hard to deal with in lower ranks, and that's true. Even just like a 10 buff at a lower rank could be really impactful, so that makes sense. But lowering the buff, I don't think it's gonna matter too much for him. There's not too many times where you barely win with the frontier damage, right? Like you typically take him down pretty quickly, but I'd be fine with them all dying to Aerostorm if Aerostorm costs 6 energy. Yeah, right. Ice Sniper, time between attacks increased, DPS decreased. See, this is what I was talking about. Time between a cast increase. Why doesn't that match? Why doesn't that match? Oh well. So Ice Sniper is just she's still gonna hit as hard, but she'll just hit slower, which is fine. I'm okay with that. She'll hit a little bit more a la Medusa, but she can still like one-shot assassins and shit, which I think that's fine. That she had to get touched somewhere, and pause, and that's better than making her have less attack, in my opinion. I'd rather her attack slower than have less attack. President Garrett, for her at least, for that unit. That unit is nice to have just like a fucking just bomb. President Garrison, aggro. This is just bringing Garrison into the aggro range change that they did to Nelly and who's Nelly, Jimbo, and Manbear Pig. So this is just changing. It basically, basically President Garrison will wait longer to attack so that things can get around him to attack. Because like if you play President Garrison right now, when he attacks rats, he doesn't even kill all the rats because the rats don't even get around him in time. So now the rats will get closer to him before he starts his animation, and he'll kill all the rats. So probably will be better, but we'll see. I mean, he's already dog shit, so that doesn't really matter. Manbear Pig, I guess they thought that the area attack change made him better. Well, I guess maybe he was just like fucking off too easily. Like he'd push something away and then he'd fuck off, which was a problem. They'll be looking at Nelly and Super Craig for next time, which is fine. It's fine. I never see anyone use President. Yeah, he's just not very good. I use him every once in a while on the Adventure Lock because I have him level 5, but it's tough to make him work. Tough. You can play him with Santa, and sometimes you can make some magic happen, but not always good. It's definitely better now that it can't hit New Kid, but in this like meta, there's always like some shit card that it can hit. People play Inuit and they'll kill him with Inuit or something like that. Like there's just always something that can distract. Like they play Coop or something, play Zen. There's so many options to make it just worthless. AoE knockback added. I don't know what that means. Did he not knock back other people before? Yeah, with President Garrison, you just have to rush him with something and kill him because he's such a dog shit attacker. All right, wow, interesting changes. Sam and Pope will never be the same. LOL. Edit. Oh, and is this the first time you guys added full commentary? Yeah, I think that's the first time they've done it, and I agree. That's a really nice touch. Every other game that I play has something similar to that. Weekend event details, please. Give it a refresh, blah, blah. So instead of addressing Call Girl itself, you make Pope and Manbear Pig or Grand Wizard Cartman deck useless. Well, that's not true. That's not true. You just don't have to. I mean, Unholy already kind of makes Grand Wizard and Manbear Pig more usable. And if, like, this one change isn't going to completely fix everything. So maybe next Transmog will change to 6 cost. Maybe next Cock Magic will change how it works. Maybe next other removals get changed so that Manbear Pig and Grand Wizard Cartman become quite a bit better and, you know, can be much more playable without having to rely. Like, doesn't that come off as bullshit design to you for Manbear Pig and Grand Wizard Cartman to only be usable with Pope? Doesn't that just seem like shitty game design? Right? Am I wrong in that? Please agree with me. Please clap. Skidster. Whatever. Stopping Callgirl Pope is a good idea, but that's not the best way. To Pope, Manbear Pig was always fine and now impossible. It's not impossible to do that. It's not impossible to do that. I mean, you could play a deck that, like, the only thing you could do is, like, you Pope Scuzzlebutt, and then when Scuzzlebutt dies, you play Manbear Pig right after that. And that might be awesome. Where's the problem? No second Warcry. Well, that's just stupid. Like, that's fucking a dumb idea. Like, oh, let's remove, like, this really awesome nuance to the game, being able to double trigger Warcries with a couple cards. Let's remove that completely instead of fixing the fundamental problem. I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, more page. So who's saying they're gonna lose their fan base? Did somebody say that? This is good. People obviously complain about Pope, but it shouldn't be hard now to drop a Pope Timmy and get a 4-cost unit out of it, which is still good. Meaning you get decent Pope Timmy card on the field for equivalent of 1 energy. Yeah, exactly. And like if you like Pope Sizzler in or something like that, like could be great. Changes this week. Prepare to lose your fan base. Make Nelly great again, or at least get an explanation why her range and aggro was lowered, considering he's one of the least. I don't think people understand that that's actually a better. It's actually better. I don't think they get that. If Callgirl Pope is the issue, why not just make Callgirl non-revivable? But I think the issue is that they want that to be an option. That's it. Pope is super easy to counter on his own in a normal deck. I disagree. In a normal deck, yeah, sure, like a meta perfect deck that's built just in case you have fucking Pope. But in a world where you want every deck combination to be as equally plausible, which is your goal in balance, Pope really disintegrates that because you have to have removal for him or else you're going to lose because you cannot come back from that energy swing. It's just a fact. What a salty cigarette. Red Links introduces Pope Timmy Callgirl. Rabble. Yeah, I agree. Manbear Pig was shit. Now it's super shit. Yeah. Nobody cares about D-Rankers. So Pope is dead and will never play it again. This is a stupid person. This is a dumb fucking dipshit that can't think at all. That has no... This person loses in Team Wars every week because they can't think past their own fucking deck that they've been playing for 3 fucking years. This guy is just... potentially a girl based on the name. Just fucking stupid if you think Pope is going to be dead. If you don't think it's still good to bring 9 energy worth of card with a Pope at 5 energy and bring in 10 energy with 6 element Randy or something like that. If you don't think it's good to play 1 card and bring 2 and have a tank range combo just there, if you don't think that will be good at any point in the game, like that's fucking awesome. Callgirl by herself is good right now, even without Pope. Bringing in Kuhn or Randy with Callgirl is a good fucking play. On defense, it's an incredibly hard play to deal with. Callgirl behind New Kid, Kuhn goes right in front of New Kid. So much DPS right there. So much value. So hard to deal with. Dar back the fucking Kuhn afterwards. Fucking ridiculous. Now you can do that with Pope and any card, not just superhero cards. You get that, right? Not just Mystic cards either. You can do that with any fucking card, which means any new fucking broken-ass card that comes out in the future, and the existing broken-ass cards like Sizzler, or fucking bring Leanne in for 5 costs. Fucking genius. I don't know. Fucking bring 6 element Randy in, and all of a sudden you have a robot, 6 element Randy, and Pope hits like a brick shithouse now. If you don't think that's gonna be good, what the fuck are you talking about? Do you actually play the game? So you find a cave to the crybabies on Pope. This guy plays Pope every day. Really enjoyed sniping him. I mean, that's fair. You can still snipe him. It's a shame that slowly but surely the game becomes less about skill and more pay to win. You don't... I'm not continuing. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. By nerfing Sam... or changing Sam, I guess, to be making him much more skill-based. By changing Pope to be much more skill-based, you fat fucking dipshit. All these cards are now more skill based, and you think that now it's just pay to win? What a fucking moron. He now has the stats of a 4 average long range card for 5 costs. Summons a 3 cost. That's roughly. And summons a, I mean, he can summon a 7 cost. That he doesn't. He could summon. He doesn't. He's not gonna just summon a 3 cost. He could summon a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess there's no 8s, but you get the picture. Just realized this change means you can now Dar Pope. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be dope. First Pope play yields 7 value for 5 cost. 2 bodies on the field. But he's not gonna bring, this guy doesn't even realize it's gonna be double that, because you could bring back a 5 cost, you can bring back an 8 cost. It's gonna be just as good. It's just the biggest fucking problem is having to deal with the same card twice in the same cycle. That is the biggest fucking problem with Pope. I don't care about Call Girl bringing back fucking other cards. Whatever. Bringing back cards that have already been dealt with is the single most punishing thing in the game. Because when I have a Man Bear Pig, Grand Wizard Cartman, Som, Medusa, Mecha, or I guess you can't do Mecha, but whatever the fucking card might be, you could Dar Mecha back. Whatever the card might be, 6 Element Randy, fucking Pocahontas, Witch, Garrett, whatever the fucking card is, if I only have 1 card in my deck to deal with a card like that, which typically, you know, I have Unholy to deal with whatever big unit you have. If I have to do that again, then that forces me to play double removal, or forces me to play, you know, Fantasy with DSR in there, or forces me to play the Lightning Bolt for the Pope as well. So it forces your hands into what's the best cards to play, because if you don't have that and you run into somebody playing that, you're gonna get your fucking ass kicked because the energy swing is gonna be too good. But if you can now, wait, what was I saying? I forgot my train of thought. He's honestly gonna be better now. Yeah, he's not gonna get sniped. So right now, Pope was so easy to get sniped because, like, you kind of saw him coming. If Grand Wizard Cartman dies, oh, look out for Pope. If Grand Wizard Cartman, Man Bear Pig, Call Girl, anything like, I mean, Slave even. But, oh no, I was talking about dealing with a card. Anyway, so if I only have that 1 card to deal with the other card, and you can just bring them back, like, that's so punishing. And that, like, limits your deck building potential. And you can only have 12 fucking cards in your deck to begin with. So to have 2 or 3 slots forced to deal with the meta is bullshit. It's bullshit. Yeah, Pope first play, and then, I mean, if you play Pope and then you play Call Girl, that's so much fucking. You play Call Girl into Mary Jane Randy, and then you play Pope into fucking Ninju, or you play Pope into Coon, and then the only thing you're missing, you're not missing anything in that combo from the, like, Pope and Call Girl. That's the same end game of that combo, but you don't even have to perfectly time it. So people thinking that this is some death is like, they're just dumb. They don't think about it. I mean, like, Captain Hindsight. I hope Hindsight does double, like, Death Wish or something like that. Make Death Wish cards more useful. That'd be sweet. So what about Call Girl Presence makes him more difficult to counter? What? He was always easy to counter. Probably the easiest card in the game to snipe. Well, yeah, but, like, there's only 4 cards in the game that can fucking snipe him. Transmog, Unholy, Lightning Bolt, Fireball. That's it. You might be able to cock magic him, but you just wait till he finishes a cock magic. So, like, and that's only in 3 themes. There's 5 fucking themes. So 2 themes are just, like, forced to pair with these other themes. It's bullshit. And if you don't pair, like, you can only snipe the Lightning Bolt. You can't deal with the other card on the on Adventure. So especially now with Inuit, different. He always easy to counter. Probably the easiest card in game. Oh, I already read that. They have a fix for this, almost ready to go. Oh yeah, the Man Bear Pig aura. I didn't even see that. Where was that comment? I didn't see that comment. When will Satan get his Warcry slowed down a touch? I don't think it can't change at all. I think Satan's in a good place, except for one thing. He should do damage to new kid. So you can't play him just fucking hovering over your new kid. You have to be smart about it. And they have to lower his range because right now his range reaches outside of his current AoE. So if they lower his range, then it'll actually be what his current AoE should be. Because it's fucking bullshit and broken. Can you guys look into buffing Calamity Heidi? Either reworking her, buffing her stats, or giving an ability of sorts. I don't hate her being just a 2-cost drop. Give her some more stats though. I don't hate that, but as it is now, it's just like a cycle card. You just need something like that. Satan's health. Satan's health doesn't really matter, honestly. He dies so fast. Once he uses his ability, he's really not that much of a threat. Level 7 Heidi's alright. Yeah, I use level 7 Heidi quite a bit. If you're running certain decks, that extra 2-drop can be really impactful. Need a nerf Gizmo? I love Gizmo, man. Please, God, don't fucking touch Gizmo. Fantasy Kyle. I could see him getting changed slightly. Captain Diabetes. I don't think Captain Diabetes is too strong. No way. His bond with Hanky is too strong. That's a funny way to say that. What the fuck? SMM was good, but at least there were plenty of counters against him for equal to positive payout. How many? How many? How many? Because there's literally only 5 things. Lightning Bolt didn't always kill him depending on the level. Fireball doesn't fucking kill him. Unholy and Transmog, you lose energy, so that's not equal to positive payout. Powerbind, you technically lose energy, sort of. Well, I don't know. Powerbind is weird. Powerbind is still, you're throwing 2 energy into the ether, still have a 2-cost card to deal with. Transmog and everything, or cock magic, shit like that. Enforcer doesn't necessarily deal with it for sure. So what are you talking about? What about Sizzler Stewart? Sizzler Stewart is a little strong. He's a little strong, but he's strong because the speed boost is like fucking still broken, and because of weird lag that happens, it can make it seem like he's getting like 30 attacks off at once. No one complains about him because every single person uses him. I mean, that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. Everybody uses Pope too. You fucking fat sack of shit. This is this guy's first post. Fucking douche. There's always times where my card is literally in the process of using a special, then Stewart completely destroys him within seconds. Yeah, you played it well then, huh? You should have played your card in a different position where Sizzler wouldn't be able to fucking hit him. Then he just blasts through everyone. What? That's the dumbest thing ever. His stun. This guy's just so mad about Sizzler. The only thing where all 3 legendaries are OP as fuck. All 3 sci-fi legendaries are OP as fuck. 6 element Randy, average as fuck. Mecha, fairly average, just gets lightning bolt every fucking time. Sizzler, good. Sizzler, good. Sizzler's very good. When 90% of upper tiers use the same thing, that is just a false. That's false. That's false. 90% of upper tiers do not use the same thing. Right now, the only consistency in the upper decks is superheroes. Like, everybody fucking runs superheroes. But otherwise, it's like 20% superhero adventure, I think. 18% superhero mystic, 17% superhero sci-fi. And then it's like 11% adventure sci-fi. And that's in the top 250. If you go to the top 1,000, it's like 30% mystic superhero right now. And that could be tainted slightly because of the event yesterday, but everybody does not run sci-fi. Also, Satan does kind of suck, but speak for all Nelly users. It's funny. So literally just you. Why does Dr. Timothy's power still deal damage and follow through after he's killed? Because you're still fucking floating in the air. What the fuck are you talking about? If somebody lifts me up into the air, I hope he doesn't die, because my only chance of not falling to my death is if he decides to be nice and lower me gently. What the fuck are you talking about? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I get you want to nerf the Pope Cargo combo, but you've ruined tank-based decks. No, that's so dumb. Go fuck yourself. Use Dar on him. The only thing I disagree with is Stand of Many Moons. He's still going to be super useful. Now you think he's ruined? What? He's still going to be good. Play him first. You have no idea how good this is gonna be. It's gonna be fucking way better. When you fucking use Hanky on him right away, his first blast comes in 4 fucking seconds. The second blast comes 7 seconds later. You could get 2 fucking Psalm blasts off before you get to half court. Before somebody can even mind control you. And you don't think that's gonna be better? And guess what? Level 6 Lightning Bolt doesn't even kill level 4 Psalm anymore. He's gonna be so much better. Maybe because he's your #1 guy means something broken about him. Touché. Holy cow and chicken, I must be dreaming. Balance changes and some thoughts behind it. Like, this can't be real. Guess I have to say thank you and give you guys the credit you deserve. I love that some of the old school cards have been touched, and I fucking love Nathan getting touched. My name's Nathan, so it's kind of weird. I mean, it's not false. It's not a false thing that I just said. Looking forward to try out the balance changes, but some of the critics may seem to be right, although articulated in a very special way. None of the critics are right. All of these changes are fantastic. The reason for the nerf was the synergy with Call Girl. I'm just pointing out the obvious that they should make Call Girl not Revival. I mean, that's fair, but like they didn't want that. So I'm behind New Kid for the win, yeah. So I'm behind New Kid with Zen locking him. Also, I read the state explanation, but I do not believe it's genuine. It's just convenient. I've regularly looked at the stats, and Mystical Sci-Fi is not a broadly used deck combo. Not Sci-Fi, superhero. I mean, it is, though. It is. But it's not necessarily about whether or not people use it, because right now, people just don't have that shit leveled to the point where they can use it competitively. But when it's a fucking event where people can use superheroes boosted, people were using Call Girl boosted all fucking weekend, even when they were done with the event. Because it's the best fucking deck you can play right now. Mayor's the new Lightning. That's true. Mayor will be good. But Mayor, Sam still might be able to get 1 blast off. Like right now, if you Mayor Sam, he's going to die before he can get that blast off. Almost guaranteed, because it's so fucking slow and he doesn't have any fucking health. But now he's got a lot of health, and he's not the first charge isn't gonna be so goddamn slow. So if you survive that first 13 seconds and get the charge up, it might work. The change of Pope Call Girl would be wonderful. It was very stolen, especially for the card that was much higher level. Yeah, I hate that shit. Like the Psalm, Frontier, and Ice Sniper change, but confused by Mimsy being the chosen tank since he's normally more annoying than a real card used, and Pope could return to his old form if with a line of text that stopped him from activating war cries when a summons. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's like, why would you want to get rid of that? That's cool. That's awesome. Why would you want to get rid of that? There's going to be a card someday that buffs all units when it gets played. Why would you not want to double that? That's such a dumb idea. I don't like that. Anyway, I don't care about what that guy has to say. He's the drone guy, right? Lies. We all know the superhero sci-fi 4-cost fighter is Alien Drone. That's why it's the best theme in the game. Fuck yeah. As others have pointed out, it's puzzling why the same mechanism to prevent Pope from reviving Henrietta could not be applied. Because, I mean, it's so simple. They want that to be a fucking option. They want it to be an option. Bringing back a high-cost card such as Man Bear has been a signature of Mystical theme. It fits the theme so well and makes the game fun and interesting. I hope that guy's being sarcastic. It's recommended to design a card restoration system so that people who practice bad cards have a chance to regret. I mean, that's fair, but at the same time, you don't want that, because then your deck's gonna suck fat, ugly cocks for Team Wars. Like, imagine in the first year of the game, if you could exchange all your fantasy mats for sci-fi mats, and all your mystic mats for adventure mats or whatever, because that was the meta, and all of your other themes sucked dick because you had nothing to upgrade them. You got rid of all your fucking copies, and you couldn't play challenge mode because you didn't have those upgraded. Now it doesn't matter, but back then it did. And your Team Wars deck suck fat ugly dick. Like, it's just, it would not have been good. Like, you are, trust me, you are happy that that wasn't a fucking option. Trust me. Thanks for starting to post the reasoning. I hope you continue to do so. I would be flabbergasted if they start doing something like this and then stop. I would be mind boggled. You make changes, test them out, and see how it goes. That's respectable. You care about the game because you're trying. Some games just update with events and pay packs with no balance changes. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Some changes may make you have to play differently, but isn't that what keeps a meta fresh? Exactly. But I do understand feeling you wasted dumping. Yeah, and I mean, for most people who play one account for 4 years, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, they have all decks leveled to a playable account, to a playable level. Like, let's be real. Every one of us. But I mean, it is what it is. Like, if your card gets nerfed and you truly can't use it, then maybe you need to look past like your cards in your deck, or look around the card. Like, there's like, every card is playable. I just beat people with Gunslinger and Pigeons, and they were playing their main fucking decks. Like, you just saw me do that when we were playing earlier. You saw me fucking play with Mr. Hat Garrison and beat people. Level 4. Epic. Like, it's not hard. This is why you don't go all in on any card? Yeah, ever. You should prestige your level 7s and start over. Well, yeah, I would like to see, like, I would say the next step for a game like this would be either, like, some sort of equipment. Like, you have different equipment that you can, like, maybe each card has, like, 3 different equipments that it can attach. Or maybe you have different types of equipment for different types of cards, like range fighters or whatever. And you could add an equipment card to a range card that gives it plus 1% health steal. You could add a bleeding attack to a fighter that adds 2% damage over time or something like that. Like, just something like super like unimpactful, like, overall, but could potentially have like an impact. Like, imagine if you had something on your new kid, like a new kid patch that gave all your spells an extra 5% damage, and that extra 5% damage is what it took for your lightning bolt to kill Stand of Many Moons or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, just something small that could be potentially better.
I think all art and imagination
Raise cards to level 10 and new kid to 30.
about things that aren't true.
Because then you'd have to rebalance everything. And after 4 years, that would just be bullshit. I wouldn't want that. What I would do is say, add a cosmetic profile level called your new kid level, whatever. Just cosmetic. That will increase, 10,000 XP per level or something like that. After every level, you get a pack, like a arena pack sort of thing. And then gives people incentive past, getting 25 to donate their cards. So that's why you would want excess cards to be able to donate them. And then also to get your experience, because you could get higher experience for donating. And then also just like who has the most upgraded cards, they have the highest EXP, right? So it's like it would bring back those fucking hyper whales that want to just be like, oh, I have every card level 7, so I have the only level 30 new kid in the game because I'm a fucking baller, like that kind of thing. Yeah, leveling up is fun. Exactly. Gives people something to look for. And like, imagine implementing like an experience system into the events. Like, let's say you finish challenge mode, you get 100 experience. You finish, kind of like they did with the battle pass, the old battle pass. Other games have this, like Minion Masters, they have an overall profile level that you can just go up to like fucking 150 or something. Just like really hard to get that high. And there's just always more and more rewards, and they're not necessarily super impactful. You're not getting 15 legendary cards, but like, you're getting cards, and then you can dump them back in, and that would be a pretty good idea. I like the idea of wild cards, where like I could dump 5 rare cards of any rare cards, and I would get like a wild card rare card, and I could use that rare card for any, like if I had 10 wild cards and I had 30 out of 40 upgrades for the next level, it would say upgrade with wild cards, and I could upgrade with those wild cards. I think that would be an interesting thing, because then you could like dump your level 7s in there, or you could do like Tactical Monster Rumble Arena does. They have a Supreme shop. Excuse me. They have a Supreme shop where after you get to level 25, their cards go up to. Their commons, you need like 20,000 copies or something like that. And the one before that, you need like 18,000, 16,000. It's just a ridiculous amount for that game. But they have a Supreme shop where after you get a card to level 25, you can put your cards into that and you get points for the Supreme shop. And then the Supreme shop has just a lot of good shit. Like it has cosmetic stuff you can't get anywhere else, and then like legendary cards and shit like that. That would be kind of fun as well. Or you could do a like World War Doe just gives you. I wouldn't like this because it wouldn't help me, because I have everything pretty much maxed anyway. But if you in World War Doe, if you max a card and you get copies of it, you just get gold. And that's okay in that one, because gold is the currency to upgrade and buy stuff from the shop. So you're always going to be able to use your gold. You can buy legends for 30,000 gold, right? So it's always good to get gold. And then or in Champion Strike, you can do the same. But with Champion Strike, with World War Doe, they did it dumb, and like after you max a card, you can't donate it to anybody because you stop getting copies. But with Champion Strike, after you get a card maxed, you have to get like a certain amount of copies of that card, and then you start getting gold when you get it. So like if you get a legend, you get one legend card after it, and then you start getting copies of the legend. Or with epics, you need like 3 or something like that, and then you start getting 1,000 gold per legend or something like that, or per epic or whatever. I don't think that's a good idea though, gaming fatigue. It just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work out. I play so many games where like the decks, like the highest level is like 20. Nobody in the game has anything close to 14. It takes 7,000 cards to get to level 15, which means it takes 50,000 cards. Like in Minion, or not Minion Masters, in Heroic Magic Duel right now, I'm going for the max level, and I need 15,000 fucking cards to get there. Like it's bonkers. It's bonkers. Stop nerfing cards? No. You always have to nerf cards. But no, it's not good. Like, in order to do that, the pay scale is ridiculous. Like, you can spend thousands of dollars per week on that game and not even make it anywhere. Like, it's not a good economy. Like, South Park has the most free-to-play friendly setup, because there's the plateau where it ends is very achievable. Level 4 legend isn't impossible. Level 3 legend still very competitive, very easy to get, because they hand out legends like fucking candy. These other games, I get 1 legend a month, maybe if I don't spend money. And if I spend money, you get fucking 10% chance at one. You don't even get guaranteed. Psalm was never an issue. Oh, you're a fucking idiot. Yes, it was. The issue with Satan is he's generally unable to be prevented. The inherent game lag makes it difficult to destroy Satan before his Warcry can take effect. Well, there's only one card that can do it, and it's Unholy. It's the only card that can do it. It's not game lag. It's just like those cards take time to do. Transmog takes time to do it, and also you have to have a target for Transmog. Unholy, you can play into the void and it'll target, because when you play Unholy, there's a little bit of a lag time, and the reason you can do Satan is because you play it before he spawns. Finally, the most noob-friendly card, Psalm and Call Girl are gone. I like it. I like it. See, this guy agrees that it's going towards skill-based. Love the little blurbs on the changes to describe the reasoning, blah, blah. Helps the dummies that can't figure out by the numbers from screaming about the changes before they see them live. Ink and Inuit. This week, our old pal Nerfbat came back and gave birth to a litter of nerfs. I don't think they're all nerfs, though. Some of them are just changes that could make them better. Let's go! Fucking Call Girl Timmy combo. Edit, can't wait to see myself on Glanzer's stream. What's up, Super Cereal? Super Cereal, man. Nobody, I wonder who that is. LOL, it's so vice versa now. Dark Timmy, red on Pope Timmy. I mean, yeah, that's going to be good. Don't get me wrong. That's going to be very good. What are you playing? Kitty, what are you playing with over there? Hey, Hi. He got into my Taco John's bag. Look at him licking his lips. Are you licking them lips? Are you licking them lips? Bubba. Bubby. Look at him. Good boy. Good boy. God damn it, he smells good. Why does that fucking cat smell so good? Broke boy is super serial man. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? All right, that wasn't as like insane of an update as I thought it would be. Like there wasn't as much salt in the comments as I thought there would be. Banned for kissing pussy on the stream. Oh shit. Oh shit. But I appreciate everybody who's here. 40 strong pretty much the whole stream. Fucking killing it. We will be live tomorrow finishing up these Michael events, but I'm gonna cut off the stream early tonight. Sometimes we play South Park after, but this one's gonna be I mean, we're already almost at 2 hours, so it's a long one. It'll take a while to upload. But we will see you guys next week for the update. If all you watch of me is the update, we'll see you next week. Good luck in Team Wars. Good luck in your packs if you haven't opened them. I think these changes are definitely for the better. I don't see a single one that I don't think that I don't understand why they did it, right? All of them make sense to me. It's good for the longevity of the game. It's good for the overall environment of the game, I think, to not have Pope Timmy bringing back cards. It's just better. So definitely, I mean, I'm going to lose a lot less games for sure. But we'll see you guys later. Have fun. Fall Guys. We'll probably play some tomorrow. This event, the token events are really easy to finish, so probably won't take this long, but we'll see you guys later. Peace out, and you guys have a great rest of your night. Bye.